of 2014, my now fiance, Dan Ketter, and I went for a hike in Letchworth State Park. It was a really beautiful day in the fall, and we just started talking about how great it would be to play in such a beautiful place. I found out that the National Park Service was having its centennial in 2016. This seemed like just enough time to start some kind of crazy project.
Well, it was really inspiring. It's sort of like a camping trip on steroids because we have so much gear, but I'd say it's definitely been worth it.
We're so used to playing in concert halls that are set up acoustically for our instruments to project. Here in the wild and the outdoors, of course, it's very different.
The outdoors have meant a lot to me throughout my life, but it's never something that I've addressed so directly in my music. And this was a chance to really sort of meditate upon my experiences in nature and give a musical outlet and a musical expression and voice to them.
Our very first national park of the tour was Mammoth Cave in Kentucky. The first day we played in an area called the Rotunda, which is a really giant cavern that acts as a natural concert hall. We also played in two areas that had very low ceilings that were just unbelievably quiet. 30 stories underground and no sound except what we were making, and the recordings sound really beautiful from down there.
We were kind of an exhibit on a cave tour, so these people may or may not have known that there was any music going on in the cave that day. And there were some people that got out their phones and tried to record something while they were walking by, and there were other people that stopped and listened for 30 minutes or an hour. So there's a lot of different levels of engagement with something like that.
One of the things I liked very much from being there was seeing the sort of audience that these events attract. People that might not be acquainted with classical music, and then they hear about these events and they wander in and maybe they discover something very new and different than they've seen ever before.
We also did some recording at Purchase Knob in the Smoky Mountains, and that was a great place, a whole different environment because we had this, kind of 360-degree mountain view. Just something about hearing birds chirping up there, seeing dragonflies whizzing by. It just adds a lot of character to the music, I think.
What's amazing is that I go sit and I listen to the recording that we made, and I get goosebumps almost every time I listen because I feel like I'm back there again.
It helped me think about audience in a very different sort of way. It's a wonderful project in which a composer has an opportunity to address many different kinds of communities.
These parks are not only there to be conserved and protected in terms of the land, but they're also there to inspire, and there are just so many creative opportunities for us as artists and listeners.